Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to show you the Digitech Whammy. This pedal that I've had for a while. I like what it's capable of doing. However, there is a new one that's out that is better technology than this one, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But as far as this pedal that I've done to it, just made it true bypass, and that's it. As you can see on the top right corner here, the old switch is at the top there. You can barely see it, it's covered. And I switch it out with a true bypass switch and its replacement right here. It's actually pretty easy. I'm sure there's an instruction how to do it online. But as far as the Whammy goes, I pretty much like all of the settings. The ones I use most are the octave up setting, and I like the 2 octave up that actually doesn't leave your original signal. The octave up that I'm talking about is, I guess, the harmony, the one that's currently set on. So we can see what that sounds like. So like I said before, you could kind of hear there. One little thing I don't like is it can't translate the 2 notes that well, or anything more than 1 note. It does good with 1. When you go more than 1, it has a real rough time translating both of those notes to make them sound clean. It makes that little fluttery, I guess it sounds like it's guessing which note it's supposed to add to. But I've heard the newer one actually has better technology. I haven't played it myself, but I don't use the Whammy too much. I mean, if it was a distortion had some sort of problem like that, or a delay had some sort of problem like that, might have changed it. But I like what this Whammy does. I like to use that harmony setting with the octave up. I don't use too many of the other settings. I do use the Whammy section of it where it goes 2 octaves and a single octave. Sometimes I mess around with the Detune. But I can show you a lot of stuff that I do with it. I use a lot of delay. Let's put on this one. Put dotted eighth on it. And I use it with distortion. And with the Whammy portion, I go to the 2 octave and kind of swell into it. So it makes kind of eerie, spacey sound. So I'll show you what that sounds like. So as you can tell there, it is pretty fun. I mean, I like that sweeping into the note sound a lot, and with the delay it kind of trails it on and it sounds cool. I like what it sounds like. So the detune setting kind of gives it a chorusy effect, if that's even makes sense. The chorusy effect you can hear here, this one is the softer version. And then the deep one is actually a little more intense, I think. Kind of sounds funky to me. I like the shallow version better. So I mistake the detune for the actual drop tune version. So if you wanted to drop tune, I think it'll do a whole step. So yeah, you could hear that's doing that fluttery sound. So I mean, as far as playing chords with it, If you like that sound, you could do it, but I think it's typically meant for doing single note things of that nature. With the Detune setting, it actually sounded like it performed pretty well with the chords. But other than that, it's probably not usable if you use it with chords. So, I mean, that's my opinion on it. If you like that sound, if you like the fluttering sound on some of the ambient stuff I do, I like that sound. Other than that, I don't think it's too usable. But overall, good pedal. Have it on my board. I like what it does. For the occasional stuff I use it for, it performs well. If you want something that performs better using chords, you might want to look into something different. If you don't mind the sound that it produces, go with this one. But check them out. Have fun doing what you're doing and make some cool sounds.